Welcome to another episode of Undercard Heroes. My name is Francisco.
And I'm Heather, and today we're going to give you our picks for UFC Fight Night, Brandon Royval versus Manel Kape.
It's the last fight card of the year. This is our last chance to make some money. We've got 3 picks for you, so let's make some money this weekend.
Let's get into it.
First fight I want to talk about, Kennedy Nzechukwu versus Marcus Buchecha. Kennedy Nzechukwu. This guy's a long-range power striker with finishing instincts. He's got KO power in both hands, nasty knees and elbows in the clinch. He's good at punishing level changes when opponents shoot carelessly. And Nzechukwu has looked really good since moving to heavyweight. He's got 2 KO finishes, but he is coming off of a submission loss to Walter Walker. Marcus Buchecha. He's a world-class BJJ grappler and multi-time world BJJ champion. He came into the UFC with a lot of hype and had great success at one championship, then looked horrible in his debut against Martin Buday. He was thoroughly outclassed on the feet, and by the end was just desperately shooting for takedowns to try and get this fight to the floor. His striking is limited, and unless he made some huge steps forward, I don't have high hopes for him in this match. For this fight, Kennedy Nzechukwu versus Marcus Buchecha, I'm going with Nzechukwu to win at minus 125 odds. Nzechukwu is great at punishing careless takedown entries. He certainly has the power to end this one early. I think Buchecha is a fantastic grappler, but his style hasn't transitioned well to the UFC, so I'm going Nzechukwu to win at minus 125 odds. Next fight I want to talk about, Cezary Oleksiejczuk versus Cesar Almeida. Cesar Almeida. This guy is an elite kickboxer and counter striker with devastating power. He has a world-class kickboxing background, and like I said, explosive power, especially his left hook and kicks to the body. He's also very patient and composed. He waits for his shots, times them, and he does find those shots, but it can put him on his back foot against heavy pressure strikers. Cezary Oleksiejczuk. This guy is a pressure boxer and high volume striker. He is not afraid to eat a few shots in order to land his own. He pushes a very steady and heavy pace, and he can maintain his high volume across 3 rounds. He's currently on a 5-fight win streak, with his last 4 all finishing in the first round. This fight, Cezary Oleksiejczuk versus Cesar Almeida, is going to be a fantastic fight. This is must-watch. There aren't going to be any takedowns here. This is going to be all action as long as it lasts, and I'm going with Oleksiejczuk to win by KO at plus 110 odds. In the main event, Brandon Royval versus Manel Kape. Brandon Royval. This is one of the few fighters that gets introduced by Bruce Buffer as a brawler. The only other one that comes to mind is Derek Lewis. And a brawler is exactly what he is. Royval is always down to scrap. He's tall for this division, very creative striker who relies on high volume and strong pressure to win fights. He has grappling skills, we saw that against Tatsuro Taira, but he's more of an opportunistic grappler. His only losses have been to champions or former champions. Manel Kape. This man is an explosive striker with very crisp boxing. He's powerful and very fast. And when I say fast, I mean extremely fast and athletic. He's got amazing footwork and is great at selling his feints. One thing to look out for in this fight will be Kape's pace. He tends to be very patient with his striking and then lands heavy counter strikes. It'll be interesting to see how he does against the high volume and pressure of Royval. For this main event, Brandon Royval versus Manel Kape, I keep going back and forth with this one, but ultimately, I'm going with Manel Kape to win by KO at plus 120 odds. I like Brandon Royval. I think that he's a great fighter, and I think this is going to be a fantastic fight. What ultimately did it for me was the way Royval looked against Joshua Van. Van was patient and landed heavy counter shots and almost finished Royval in the 3rd round. Manel Kape has looked fantastic in his last few fights. I think he's faster than Van and has more explosive power and will be able to find similar openings. That's why I'm going Manel Kape by KO at plus 120 odds. But like I said, I like Brandon Royval, and I think this line should be a lot closer, so I'm also throwing some money on Royval to win by decision at plus 500 odds. Thanks for watching another episode of Undercard Heroes.
So what do you think about Francisco's picks? Is there anything we missed? Anything you disagree with? Let us know in the comments, and don't forget to like and subscribe.
Thanks, everyone.